Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're going to be going over someone who hit 3737, Eastside Pastor. He's actually a Texas native as well. We're from San Antonio. He's from Austin. So we're going to show his battles. He's actually using XL Alolan GRIMER with Medicham and Defense Deoxys in the back. So an ABB line, we love it. If I had this mon, I would definitely try this out. Might actually be worth trying it out with Alolan Muck. But Alolan Muck's moves are actually slower to get to, but does have the similar distribution. So maybe if you want to try that out, definitely can. I don't know the IVs, so I'm going to leave those blank there on the left. But let's get into the game. All right, so Golbat. Let's see the move set that this has. So I know it has Poison Jab, and then it has Crunch and Sludge Bomb. So that is in relation to Alolan Muck actually having Dark Pulse and Sludge Wave. Both of those are much longer moves to get to. So opponent switches into Umbreon. It looks like he gets up to 2 Sludge Bombs. I don't know if he's going to throw both of these, but he wants to weaken it at the very least, and then maybe come in with Medicham for a bit of a farm. We'll see if he goes for double. I assume he's coming with Medicham. I mean, it makes sense. He's going to take one move here. The thing is, this is also dark. It looks like it's Kanto GRIMER, but that's because it's a shiny. So once it uses its move, he comes in with Medicham. And this is a big ask to farm all the way down, but I think it's possible. Notice the moveset here, no Power-Up Punch. It's going to be Counter, Ice Punch, and Psychic. So interesting, going for no powering up anything, just going for pure damage and coverage moves. And yeah, definitely going to take this foul play here. Going to go down to like 35% and then counter the rest of the way down. Probably not get hit by another one, I would imagine. Ooh, does switch back into the Golbat. It could be Shadow Ball. It's possible. So I wonder if we're going to get a shield here. No, he's going to call the Poison Fang. Now, the only thing is it's going to get fast attack down by these wing attacks. One wing attack snuck through. Not great. Also, notice this Golbat is not Shadow, which when I've seen Golbat, it's usually been Shadow. But does get the shield there. Could actually have gone for the Psychic, I think, but not getting too greedy here. Going for the moves he can go for. This is still super effective, which is obviously fantastic. And then ends up switching back into the Alolan GRIMER. Throws this move. Now, does the opponent want to use 2 shields here on the Golbat? They are switch locked. Remember, they did switch out of their Umbreon. They did not want to get farmed down. Unfortunately, I don't even think Umbreon can come back into this matchup. Ooh, does come in Scrafty. Could get the last shield here, and then this is a pretty safe 2-shield Deoxys farming down the Scrafty and the Umbreon. Maybe doesn't know the moveset. Another move that Alolan Muck gets is actually Acid Spray, which I see a ton of people use. So, interesting coming with the Medicham here, because you're probably going to get pupped down. But I guess it doesn't matter. The counter damage is piling up at this point anyways. This Scrafty just going to be so low. Just shield the first move on DD, and that's going to be GG. Probably gets to farm it all the way down. I actually only have 5 games because he said his memory on his phone died or something. So this is over the course of like 2 or 3 sets. But he's currently at 37, even though this was a 3,500 game. I don't know how many sets this is actually over, but we have 5 games here. All right, Cresselia leads. This is a little tough. The only thing that's pretty good in this matchup is that you get to these crunches pretty fast. Unfortunate enemy sneaks in another move. Gonna be resisting all of the moves. No, it's neutral Moonblast damage. But gonna be resisting Grass Knot, gonna be resisting Psycho Cut, gonna resist Future Sight. So Moonblast is neutral. Probably could just shield and farm down at that point. This is maybe Medicham coming in. Okay, weakening it a little. And then I imagine this is Medicham coming in. Because even though he has Thunderbolt on, it could be like an Azu in the back, right? Ooh, I think he did try to switch into DD. Unfortunately, this spam from Politoed going to be a lot. Oh, I will leave Eastside Pastor's information. He has a Twitter under the same name and a twitch.tv/EastsidePastor on Twitch. So I don't think he's streamed in a little while, but you can definitely catch him there. Go ahead and hit him up with a follow, and it'll tell you when he's next live. So this is actually so low that DD is able to get a bit of a farm down, which actually is pretty nice. Weather Ball not really doing too much. DD is so bulky. and getting this farm down. Almost at a Thunderbolt for the Cresselia. Cresselia is already pretty low. Ends up being a G-Fist. This is actually great because we know that in the back we're going to be good. They could go for a Rock Slide and a massive farm down. But if they want to KO, they would throw an Earthquake. But I don't think they'll throw an Earthquake. I think they will farm a ton, go for Rock Slide. Rock Slide won't KO, and then farm down completely with the Mud Shots. And you see where he's lowering his attack because Thunderbolt is double resisted, whereas Psycho Boost is only single resisted, and he wants to get the move off as well, just to get damage off against this G-Fist, you know? Shields are getting low. I mean, shields are high. The HP is getting low, so the shields may or may not matter later. And this is definitely not going to get a shield if the last one didn't. This one's not already double attack debuffed, DD, so, and a resisted move, so definitely not going to shield. But look how low this is. And probably going to save his shield for the Cresselia matchup. Cresselia, the only thing that's really going to be pressuring anything, even if this is a Earthquake, it really doesn't matter because Cresselia has that super effective move. I like coming back in with the Grimer here. You resist these Psycho Cuts, and they really don't do a lot of damage, so a Grass Knot probably going to have to come in to KO. Grass Knot from here obviously will KO. But yeah, I think this is a Alolan Grimer's like level 48, if I was to guess. I don't know if it's I don't know it's IVs, but I checked I checked right away after he sent me this. I checked to see if I had a decent IV one, and then I looked in pvpoke.com, which I definitely recommend that you do if you want to check out matchups and Pokemon and so forth. And I saw that the one that I had would get to actually 20. No, it would get to like level 48.5, I believe. So. Ends up farming down the Crest, gonna farm down the G-Fisk, and that's GG in Game 2. Alright, let's get into Game 3. Alright, Dilap Cherung. If you've seen a lot of streamers who are very high in ELO and ourselves, you've seen this player very constantly at the top. This is an interesting looking matchup because Sludge Bomb obviously going to be doing neutral, whereas the neutral damage coming from Mandibuzz is going to be through Aerial Ace and the Air Slashes. So it having Air Slash is actually really good for our opponent because if it had Foul Play, things would be this matchup would be a lot harder. Although it looks like 2 Sludge Bombs will KO, so interesting to note that as well. I doubt Aerial Ace KOs, but I bet you it gets you so low that you can get farmed down. They throw Foul Play. Maybe they have Shadow Ball. So Air Slash, Shadow Ball, Foul Play. That's a very interesting moveset. It means that everything it throws is not going to be effective against this Alolan Grimer. Interesting. So it ends up throwing this move. Now, unfortunately, probably not going to be willing to shield this. It's already so low that you can counter it down with whatever you have left. And, he's actually going to switch out and save it a little bit. Just take this Foul Play on DD. It's going to do about 35, 40. And then you can farm down. But they'll probably switch out because we've already switched out. See what they have in the back. It is a Stunfisk. This is probably pretty good for us. It could be like a Politoed in the back. It could also just be a Bastiodon. Just double steal in the back. But I think they would have switched out of the... No, it's definitely not Bastiodon, right? They would have switched out. Although... I don't think it could be Politoed either because it would have been switched out. So I have no idea what this could be, actually. Maybe it's just something random like Vigoroth or maybe even Sableye. Maybe it's a Sableye safe swap. We'll see. Or it could be a DD as well, actually. It's going straight Thunderbolt just because he wants the counter damage to be the thing that's doing the most damage, which technically it is. So doesn't want to lower that, and is saying basically you have to throw an Earthquake to KO me. We did shield the first Earthquake, so gets this nice little farm down. It actually was a Politoed. Really interesting to not come in Politoed against... There's a reason this is your safe swap, right? So it's already a losing matchup in the front. Why not just take that matchup all the way? Anyways, does bait the shield and is definitely going to make it to the Psychic. Even if this Politoed throws an Earthquake right here, it's not going to KO, even though it is Shadow. and a Psychic from here will KO. Only thing is, have to be worried about the switch clock. It is up. Ends up throwing in the middle of a Mud Shot, so yeah, that's going to be GG, because he's going to be able to counter down the Manda Buzz, and even if it gets a move off here, and KOs, it's just going to be too low. GG. And the Grimer would be able to KO it, and also KO the Galarian Stunfisk, even though it doesn't seem like it would, because it was just so low and not nearly out of move. So Azumarill, this is a really good matchup. Ice Beam going to be neutral. Everything Azumarill throws at you pretty much going to be neutral. But yeah, comes in with Medicham. I imagine he's going to throw this and then switch into... might switch into DD, so that he can have a Thunderbolt ready when the Azu comes back in, or something to this effect. And then we'll see the moveset our opponent has. Yeah, you can see this video recording a little stuttery, probably because his phone was running out of memory at the time. But, okay, they end up throwing an Ice Punch. Ice Punch probably the way to go anyways. Not throwing the Psycho Boost. Maybe going to go up to a Thunderbolt and a Psycho Boost, which is 100 energy, to be able to throw the Thunderbolt at the Azu when it comes in. Although these Ice Punches not doing very much, actually, I bet you he just goes for a full farm down. You live one more Ice Punch anyways. Don't think you live 2. I mean, you definitely don't live 2, but you definitely live 1. So he's counting, and he knows that he's not going to make it to another one. It looks like he would live, but the counter damage would pile up. Oh my god. Going to have 2 Thunderbolts for the Azu. That's pretty dang nice. Oh, but it ends up being a Stunfisk in the back. But that's fine too. Now we know that we're going to be able to line up the Medicham with this Stunfisk, and then going to be able to get the Grimer onto the Azu. Thinks he can go for 2 Psycho Boosts here, which obviously is better to go since it's single resisted against the Steel typing, whereas the Thunderbolt is double resisted against the Ground typing. So pretty nice here, pretty great deal of damage here, because he chose to do that full farm down, really knowing the extent of the DD, HP and defense and everything here. So nice. Gonna come in with Azu, with Medicham, probably just not gonna shield anything, I would think. Maybe he shields the second one, but I kind of doubt it. Maybe just save the shields for Grimer and put that poison damage into Azu. So I wonder if he's going to go for any baits here. I kind of don't think so. Already have a bit of an energy advantage. Actually, don't... Oh, yeah, we have the slightest bit of energy advantage. In fact, they actually may have had an energy advantage from when they came in against the Medi to gain a little... to throw a bubble into it. We'll see if they are Hydro Pump and Play Rough. Nope, they're Ice Beam. So this Azu has the right moveset to actually have a chance in this matchup, which is really interesting. Gonna shield this one for sure. Because if he goes for the bait here, I don't think he's going to make it to a move anyways, and I think an Ice Beam will KO from here, so he probably will just go for the Sludge Bomb. Or he'll go for Double Crunch. Okay, I could see going for Double Crunch because you're at least going to do some damage, put the Azu down in HP. Let the Medicham have a chance to actually take this down. It is in like Ice Punch counter range at this point, but did not make it to that next Crunch. Actually, that Crunch, even though it was resisted, probably would have KO'd. But now the Azu is going to be out of energy here, and Medicham's going to come in, get a bit of farm before throwing this Ice Punch. Throws the Psychic, which is interesting because Ice Punch is neutral. Okay, that's interesting. I think I would have gone for the Ice Punch myself, but Perfect gets an extra counter in here. Probably would have had 2 counters. Maybe it doesn't matter. It gets the Ice Punch anyways. Yeah. Woo! That was a close one. But, yeah, opponent played it pretty well, but we played it insane, right? The DD. But I like the opponent coming in with the G-Fisk, not allowing 2 Thunderbolts into the Azu. G-Fisk can eat all of that energy, and that is why a lot of people do switch in G-Fisk into DD, because the energy DD throws into G-Fisk doesn't really matter. It's all about the counter damage at that point. All right, Bastiodon. This is a tough lead. Probably going to take 5 crunches to KO this thing, so you're going to hope that at some point you gain enough energy throughout the entirety of the match to throw those 5. Because at least 3 or 4 will not get shielded by Bastiodon. So Definitely no shields coming out here. Gonna get hit by the foul play and then farm down. Had a bit of an energy advantage though, so maybe able to get to a Thunderbolt and a Psycho Boost. Psycho Boost though is double resisted by the dark typing of Sableye, but Thunderbolt not gonna take it down at just below half-life. Yeah, he's gonna make it to this, so you might as well do the damage. But you're gonna see, even though Psycho Boost is an insanely good move, double resisted, so not really gonna do too much. Yeah. And then they're going to have enough for a return. The question is, do you shield the return or you just take the damage? Maybe you just take the damage and have 2 shields for Medicham. The only thing is, it does feel like it's probably going to be a grass in the back. I imagine it's like Venusaur, Victory Bell, Tropius. It is Venusaur. Have a bit of an energy advantage, so we're going to need to get an extra counter in somewhere as well, I think. There is going to be so many fast charge moves thrown that Switch will be back up at some point. So probably just double shielding Medicham and hoping that the third shield will be the switch in. Could actually be really nice. Venusaur is going to get to the third one at CMP tie because we got 1 extra counter in by swapping into the Bastiodon. And it's going to win CMPs, so like I said, gonna have to steal a counter somewhere if you want to get another one of these moves in. But look at the switch timer. It's gonna be up pretty soon. 1 charge move is gonna get thrown right about here. Venusaur is 1 away. Oh, we did get that extra counter in, but that actually will be enough to beat him to the next move. This is pretty scary though. Does get the move in, nice. So that extra counter coming through is great. Didn't actually need it, could have caught the move on GRIMER, but this secures the game pretty much. GRIMER comes in to just finish that off so that Medicham doesn't get hit randomly by a Frenzy Plant, just in case the 1 more counter didn't KO. And gonna throw all these crunches in, but that doesn't really matter as much as the Medicham's going to come in and just farm this thing down. So yeah, this team's pretty freaking good, as you saw in this game. If you do want to try it out with a Alolan Muck, I actually did try it myself with Alolan Muck. Did pretty well. I think I went 4-1, 3-2, 3-2 in the 3 sets that I tried it. Actually, I think I only tried it 2 sets. I think I went 4-1, 3-2 because I wanted to try Shadow Venusaur team, which actually did really well too. Hopefully that'll be the next video that I have for y'all. And yeah, Go Battle Night is tonight. I will be streaming. I haven't decided if I'm going to stream on YouTube or Twitch, but I haven't streamed in about 3 weeks, so yeah, it's going to be tough for sure. Meanwhile, this Medicham finally got the Bastiodon down, and GG's. So that was 5 games from EASTSIDEPASTOR. He's currently at 37-37, which is top of the leaderboard, possibly. Actually, wait, it's updated. He's actually second on the leaderboard. DFHB1DWM is at the top. I always just call that guy Driftblim because I have no idea. And he's up to 37.89. I have no idea what team he's using, but I assume Driftblim. Anyways, thank you for your support here on YouTube and the support on Patreon. Patrick Wong, Delightful Daydream, Rodrigo Cal, Marlon Day, Josh Lambert, and Norris JT791. And thank you again, EASTSIDEPASTOR, for allowing us to showcase your videos. He is currently before Go Battle Night, but already on the update for today, 8:26. He's number 2 on the leaderboard at 37-37. So if you have these Mon, definitely try this team out. If you don't, like I said, I tried out Alolan Muck. It seemed okay, but those moves take a lot longer to get to, and I can see how a few of those matchups are a lot harder. Like Sableye seems a little harder because it actually beats you to the second return. All right, I'll see you in the next one.